Mr. Zimmet, a philosophy teacher at an international school in Jakarta, has been challenging his class of 20 with thought exercises to prepare them for their future. On the last day of school, he holds an exercise in which he posits an oncoming atomic apocalypse. There is a bunker to shelter them for a year. But it only has supplies for 10 people. So his students have to decide who of them should be allowed in. The top student, Petra, initially refuses to participate. But Zimmet threatens to lower her boyfriend James' academic score if she does not. Zimmet distributes cards that contain a detail about the students' characters in the exercise. James is an organic farmer and Petra is an engineer. The students defend their right to enter the shelter. Then there's a group vote after discussion. Students with skills judged useful for survival are allowed in, such as James and Petra, while those who don't are refused, such as Beatrice, a fashion designer. Zimmet is part of the exercise but his skills are hidden. At first the students agree to let him in. But Zimmet executes the students who have been rejected, claiming that it is more humane than letting them die by radiation. The remaining students race into the bunker before the explosion, locking out Zimmet. Outside, Zimmet holds up a card saying that only he has the exit code. After living out the year in the bunker, the survivors discover that the exit code is necessary. All attempts of breaking out of the bunker are futile. And after supplies run out they commit group suicide. They decide to try the exercise again. The cards given earlier are revealed to contain a secondary detail that change the votes. E.g. Georgina, who was allowed in earlier because of her status as a surgeon, now has possibly contracted the Ebola virus and is rejected. Petra and James are still voted in despite James' additional character detail of being gay. Zimmet and the chosen students enter the bunker and agree to start procreating immediately. Various heterosexual pairs get together. But as James is gay in this exercise, Petra has to have sex with Zimmet. After 10 weeks there are no pregnancies. And Zimmet argues that they need to change partners. When Bonnie, a soldier with eidetic memory, refuses, Zimmet threatens her with a gun. Jack stabs Zimmet, who responds by opening the doors and killing everyone. James questions Zimmet's motives for the exercise, asking why he seems intent on punishing them. After checking the box with the cards, James discovers that his and Petra's cards were fixed. Zimmet claims the exercise is meant to have James be confronted with how his privilege has made him ill-prepared for the real world. But James does not believe him. Petra insists the exercise be carried out a third time, and asks everyone to trust her to choose who gets to enter the bunker. She picks people who are a potential risk or have non-technical skills, including an opera singer and poet, which angers Zimmet. Petra herself refuses to enter the bunker, but is pushed inside when Chips switches places with her before the door closes. Zimmet is outright refused entry since his exit code is no longer necessary. Bonnie remembers it from the previous iteration. Petra continues the thought exercise, explaining that the year in the bunker was enjoyable and filled with creativity. When they leave, they discover that the bombs never fell. Zimmet narrates that they will die, as none of them have the technical skills to survive. But Petra counters that they will live the rest of their short lives well and welcome death when it arrives. Zimmet arrives at the beach, having survived in a cave for the past year, and threatens to shoot James. But the rest of the survivors stand in front of him. Back in class, Zimmet is discomfited by the latest exercise. At the end of the session, everyone leaves except Petra, who accuses Zimmet of trying to use the exercise to punish her and James. Zimmett has been having an affair with Petra, and he believes James is beneath her. Petra argues that intelligence isn't all that matters. The film ends with Zimmett alone in the school, where he reaches for a pistol in his drawer, and a gunshot is heard. However, like the scenarios posited by Zimmett earlier in the film, the same scene is shown with multiple outcomes, reflecting the hypothetical outcomes of the previous experiments.